Hi, this is Bill for SparkyChannel.com coming to you live from Orlando, Florida, the home of the Electricians Champion National Championship. This is the finals of the Apprentice team competition. Each team has 3 members. Here come the teams onto the competition floor. Here is the team composed of Catherine Flannery, Patrick Flannery, and Jeremy Welly from Minneapolis. Jeremy took second place in the individual apprentice competition last year, and this may be the team to beat in this competition. This living room structure is for the J. Beecher Minneapolis JATC team. I'll be following them closely throughout the competition. Here's the countdown to the start of the competition. And this competition is for $30,000 cash, plus $5,000 to their school. And they're off. All the apprentice teams will rough in all conductors, boxes, light fixtures, fans, smoke detector, and switching outlets. They then need to terminate and identify all circuitry and complete the electrical panel makeup. The gentlemen in gray are the inspectors. In addition to speed, all teams are judged by the inspectors on safety, overall workmanship, timing, and NEC standards. This team is working together well with Jeremy measuring and marking where the outlet and switch boxes go, Patrick laying out the lights, and Catherine getting the boxes ready to install. Now Catherine is installing the first switch box, which is a multiple switch box. And we have Patrick measuring out where the lights are going to go. We have Jeremy measuring out still where the different boxes are going to go so that Catherine can come behind him and install the outlet boxes and switch boxes. It's important that a team working together like this in a confined space be able to work together and communicate and basically not get in arguments. That's something that can happen in job sites when you're close like that. But these guys really seem to work together well. Now Patrick is nailing on the first light. And here we have Jeremy working on the layout. You can see another team in the background working hard. Catherine's nailing on another outlet box, trying to get it just right. They're supposed to protrude just far enough for whatever size of drywall you're going to be using later on. And JATC stands for Joint Apprenticeship Training Committee. And okay, so we have Catherine still nailing on outlet boxes, and Patrick is nailing on that light. You see it has built-in extensions that go from one rafter to the other rafter. And now we have Jeremy drilling holes through the top plate and through the studs so that later on they can run Romex cable from outlet to outlet into the switches and to the lights. The holes will also serve to run coaxial cable. Notice that Jeremy is using 2 hands on that drill, which is very important so that you don't injure your wrist or even break your wrist, because if one of those drill bits hits a nail or a knot, it can kick back and injure you. I'm seeing excellent progress here. This team seems to be organized. They seem to know what jobs they're going to be doing beforehand. So that, like Catherine is doing the switch boxes and outlet boxes. Catherine is starting to install a orange colored box. which is for coaxial cable. And she's checking for level with an ideal 6-inch electrician's level. The large gray colored box in the picture is called a main panel, and that takes the power coming to the room and distributes it to the various circuits that are going to be used for the room. And you see Jeremy here working with that drill. He's been going all the way around, making those holes, and now Catherine's putting on her apron. She'll be loading it up with Romex staples because the Romex is coming very quickly, and staples are needed by code at certain distances. And here's Jeremy quickly drilling more holes for the various cables, and here he's going to drill right through the top plate. Now Catherine is starting to run the Romex through the holes that Jeremy drilled. You see in the foreground there, those are the Ideal tool totes. They're loaded up with Ideal tools, and those are the ones that are being used in this competition. You see Catherine coming right down the line through those holes, and it's going to come right down to this receptacle. And now she's going to take a Romex staple and nail that in place. Now Jeremy is running the Romex over the rafters and helping Patrick out. Now Jeremy has grabbed the coaxial cable. And he's going to drill a hole through the top plate. And run the coaxial cable through it. Now Catherine's getting 2 more Romex cables together, and she's going to grab a Romex staple the Romex cables together, and these 2 cables are going to go to that receptacle box. Now Patrick is installing a 3rd light while Jeremy continues to run Romex cable, and all the Romex cable is headed for that main panel. The power is going to be distributed from that main panel to the various outlets and devices. This team's coming along pretty darn good. They're making excellent progress, and here Jeremy's going to check the plans. This is really quite an accomplishment for 3 teammates like this to be able to be presented with a set of plans like that and then just go out and quickly do it. And here you can see the extension feature that these lights have. It's quite a nice feature. It speeds your work up quite a bit. This team has an excellent pace going. Here we have Jeremy laying out some more Romex cable, and he's going to put it up through the top plate and across the rafters. Another quick look at the plans, and now he's going to mark the end of the Romex cable. When you get to the main panel with your cables, you need to know which cable goes where, and that's why he would mark it at that time. There is now about 47 minutes left out of the allotted 60 minutes. If they finish prior to the 60 minutes, that's great. Now Jeremy's starting to work on the main panel, and the first thing that has to be done is you have to knock out the knockouts in the panel. He's just going to take his pliers and knock out the knockouts and then take them off, and he'll put the appropriate kind of fitting in the holes. And here we have Catherine installing receptacles. She's very quick at this. She's very quick with her hands, and she's getting those receptacles installed very quickly. Here she has 2 cables coming to one outlet box. And here she's pulling the sheathing off of the cables and getting the paper off of the ground wire. There goes the ground wire paper. And now she already punched a hole in the plastic box, and she's putting the cable through the hole. In the meantime, Jeremy is starting to wire the main panel. He's putting the wires through the fitting. It's very important to keep track of the cables and make sure that they go to the correct breakers. And here's Patrick. He's working on wiring up the lights. And here's Catherine wiring up another receptacle, and she right now is using the Ideal Twister Pro wire connectors. They're a very excellent wire connector. And she's quickly getting everything ready there. Here's Jeremy again. He's making sure everything's correct and taking care of the main panel. Now I'll let the video run for a while so that you can get a feel for the competition. Catherine is using the Ideal coax stripping tool, and now she is using the Ideal coax crimping tool. Now they're really starting to look over the plans to see if they got everything. You don't want to forget anything when you're doing one of these competitions. You'll get marked off, and it's possible that even though you finish first, you'll lose the competition because you haven't completed a task or something's not right. You have to get everything right before you hit that red button saying you're done. You want to be the first one done, but you got to check everything out very carefully and make sure all the steps are completed. So Catherine's going around making sure that all the receptacles are pushed in. Congratulations, you guys. That was a great performance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. I hope you win the contest.
Oh, we hope so too.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
That was a good battle. I love this whole team approach. It's interesting because you don't necessarily practice that way, necessarily in the field, but having a comfort level with a team to kind of where you almost like subconsciously know what the other people are doing and you can work together seamlessly. That's a sign of a lot of experience, but coming together, especially for the student apprentices, it was super fun and compelling to watch. Probably one of the most entertaining challenges that we had. Agreed? All right. Let me read his. I gotta make sure I don't mess it up. All right, we're gonna start with first place. We're going right in. We're diving right in the pool. Ready? First place, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Jay Beecher, Minneapolis, JATC. Patrick Larry, and Jeremy Welly. Remember, they're also going to receive a $5,000 check to their school, which is awesome. Really awesome.
Thanks for watching.